Welcome to SATV News. This is Kazi Farhana with your headlines. Chief Advisor reiterates his governmental commitment to deliver a credible national election. No point in having an election if it's not legitimate, says Dr. Yunus. Khaleda Zia was subjected to inhuman treatment in prison, says BNP's Mirza Abbas. Vegetable prices escalate across kitchen markets. No change in oil price. Now in details. Reiterating his government's commitment to deliver a credible national election, Chief Advisor Dr. Muhammad Yunus has said there is no point in having an election if it is not legitimate. The Chief Advisor's job is to make sure that an acceptable, clean, enjoyable election takes place, said Dr. Yunus during an interview with CNA while visiting Malaysia. The Chief Advisor also said that the interim government is close to achieving the goals that they have set for themselves. There were lots of things to be reformed because the political system that Bangladesh had was raised, misused and abused, he added. Meanwhile, Dr. Yunus defended his government's approach, saying decisions are economically driven and that Bangladesh is willing to work with anyone with an interest in investing the country. Bangladesh has good relationships with Pakistan and China, and the government would also like to have a good relationship with India, the Nobel Peace Laureate further added.
To that, with at least 4 very big goals. Have you met them?
We are on the way. It's not supposed to be absolutely complete attempt that we had. The political system and also election systems abused.
BNP Standing Committee member Mirza Abbas has said that party chairperson Khaleda Zia was subjected to inhuman treatment during her imprisonment and demanded justice against those responsible. He made the comments today during a Milad and Dua Mahfil held at BNP's central office in the capital's North Bolton area, marking Khaleda Zia's 21st birthday. Mr. Abbas claimed that Khaleda Zia was confined to an abandoned room in Dhaka Central Jail, infested with rats and insects. Due to the misconduct of the Southern District and deported district officials, she was kept in a room on the roof, exposed to harsh conditions, he said. The BNP Standing Committee member emphasized the need for accountability, calling for legal action against those involved in what he described as torture. Besides, he praised Khaleda Zia's leadership during this and political crisis, noting her uncompromising stance for the democracy and deep bond with party activists. BNP Standing Committee members Gaishur Chandra Roy, Nozrul Islam Khan and other senior leaders also attended the event. Today marks the 21st birthday of BNP chairperson and former Prime Minister Khaleda Zia. As in recent years, the BNP has instructed its leaders and activists to refrain from cutting cakes or holding celebratory events. Therefore, the day is being observed through a peaceful religious event. Khaleda Zia, a prominent figure in the country's history and widely regarded as the leader of Bangladesh nationalist forces, was born on August 15, 1945 in Dinajpur. She is the daughter of the Iskandar Majumdar of Fulgazi, Feni and Tayeba Majumdar of the Chandramari. While studying at Dinajpur Superintendent College, she married Zia Rahman. The couple had 2 sons, Tariq Rahman and the late Arafat Rahman. Khaleda Zia officially joined BNP on January 3, 1982 and was elected party chairperson unopposed on May 10, 1984. In 1991, Khaleda Zia became the first female prime minister following the restoration of parliamentary democracy. She served 3 terms as prime minister, and in 1993, she became the first woman to chair the SARC. Vegetable prices have jumped sharply in the capital's kitchen market over the past week, leaving no item except papaya below $80 per kg and forcing consumers to cut back on purchases. Prices surged by $20 to $50 per kg for most vegetables. Good quality round brinjals topped the list, selling for the $200 to $20 to $250 per kg. Long brindle face taka 160 to 180, while the white variety is being sold for taka 120 to 140. Rich gold, sponge gold and cucumber were priced at taka 100 per kg. Okra, pointed gold and thistle gold are being sold for a taka 80. Papaya was the only exception at taka 40 per kg. Green chili prices also spiked, retailing at taka 220 to 240 per kg. Police recovered the bodies of 4 members of a family from their mud house in the Bamunshikar area of the Pabnu Puzila in Rajshahi this morning. The deceased were identified as the Minarul Islam, his wife Shadina Begum, their son Mahim and daughter Mithila, said Kalam Parvez, ASI of Motihar Police Station. Mahim was a class 8 student at Karkari High School. He said Minarul, a farmer, had been under severe financial strain and struggling with debt in recent months. According to the police, the bodies of Shadina and baby Mithila were found in one room, while Minarul and Mahim were discovered hanging from a ceiling fan in another. The grim discovery was made around 9 a.m. The bodies have been sent to Rajshahi Medical College Hospital for post-mortem. Police say they are investigating the circumstances surrounding the deaths. Viewers, we're taking a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back to watching SATV News. News from abroad. Final preparations are underway for the US-Russia summit in Anchorage, Alaska, the United States. The one-on-one meeting between Russian President Vladimir Putin and US President Donald Trump is scheduled for Friday in Anchorage. Joint base Elmendorf and Richardson, where the summit is expected to be held, is the largest military installation in Alaska. According to the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration, Anchorage airspace will be closed on Friday, with specific road restrictions in place due to security risks.
Подготовка бюджета – это, как всегда, очень большая, системная, комплексная. В то же время многие эксперты говорят и о формировании рисков чрезмерного рецессии. Мы также с вами об этом говорили, в том числе и в ходе наших рабочих. В июня 153 тысячи человек, а на 8 августа это было уже 199 тысяч человек.
Hezbollah chief Naim Qassem warned the Lebanese government on Friday against confronting the Iran-backed militant group, saying there would be no life in Lebanon in that event. During a televised speech, Qassem said Hezbollah and the Shiite Muslim ally, the Amal movement, had decided to delay any street protest against US-backed disarmament plan as they still see room for dialogue with the Lebanese government. But he said any further protest could reach the US embassy in the Lebanon. Earlier, the Lebanese Council of Ministers approved a decision last week requiring the army to urgently develop a disarmament plan and implement it before year-end.
وتتحمل الحكومة اللبنانية مسؤولية أي انفجار داخلي وأي خراب للبنان أو لا حياة للبنان إذا كنتم ستقفون في المقلب الآخر وتحاولون مواجهتنا.
Spanish firefighters battled multiple wildfires overnight from Thursday to Friday in the regions of Galicia and Extremadura. Spain's wildfires are being stalked by one of the longest heat waves since records began. They have raised about 571 square miles in Spain this year, the second biggest area since 2006. That makes up more than a quarter of the 512,000 hectares burned in the EU so far this year, according to the European Commission's European Forest Fire Information System. Spain received 2 Canadair water bombing planes from France on Thursday after it asked for help from European partners to tackle the fires. Nearly 2 dozen blazes continue to rage, fueled by wind and extreme heat. Around 9,500 people were evacuated from their towns and hundreds were ordered to stay at home. Indonesia will launch a broader crackdown on the illegal exploitation of natural resources after a survey found that palm plantations on 3.7 million hectares were operating in violation of the law, President Prabowo Subianto said on Friday. He made the comments during his first State of the Nation speech delivered as the country celebrates 80 years of the independence this weekend. During his speech, Prabowo, a former Special Forces commander known for his aggressive operational tactics, also warned that the state could confiscate assets of the companies that manipulate and violate Indonesia's laws. He said his government was also planning a crackdown on mining, adding that authorities had received reports of as many as 1,063 illegal operations. At least 46 people died and more than 200 were missing following sudden heavy rain in Indian-occupied Kashmir, said officials on Thursday. It is the second such disaster in the Himalayas in the little over a week. The incident occurred in the Chasoti town of Kishtawar district, a stopover point on a popular pilgrimage road. The flood washed away a community kitchen and a security post set up in the village. A pit stop along the pilgrimage road to the Mekali Mata temple, said one of the officials who declined to be named because he was not authorized to speak to the media about the incident. Rescuers worked amid loose rocks, fallen trees and debris following the flash floods. Now sports. European football is officially back with 3 of the Europe's top 5 leagues kicking off their 2025-26 campaigns tonight. While the Premier League is expected to draw the most attention globally, Spain's La Liga and France's Ligue 1 are also set to deliver high drama and excitement. Fans across the world are bracing for another season of the late-night thrills and passionate debates. The action begins in France, where Ligue 1 gets the earliest start at 12:15 a.m. Bangladesh time. Rennes will be hosting Marseille at the Ronson Park. Shortly afterward, at 1 a.m., the Premier League begins with reigning champions Liverpool hosting Bournemouth at the Anfield. 30 minutes later, La Liga kicks off as Villarreal hosts Real Oviedo, who return to Spain's top flight after 24 years at Estadio de la Ceramica. Before ending, we go to the headlines again. Chief Advisor reiterates his government of commitment to deliver a credible national election. No point in having an election if it's not legitimate, says Dr. Yunus. Khaleda Zia was subjected to inhuman treatment in prison, says BNP's Mirza Abbas. Vegetable prices escalate across kitchen markets. No change in all prices. We're updated with our top stories so far here on SATV, and to know the latest news, visit www.satv.tv. Stay with SATV.